class, today we're on notes page 29 and we're talking about how to translate two-step equations from words. So when translating statements into expressions and equations, the order of the numbers and letters is important. And we know that from solving when we were translating in order of operations and when we were translating in one-step equations. So I want you to take a minute and I want you to sort the words into the categories that they belong in. I'm going to cross out real quick more than. I want you to cross out than, and less than. I want you to cross out the than there. And remember that than is a flip word. Okay, so it's going to go in the flip words category. And will be is all one word. Okay, so just make sure that you're careful with that. Same thing with ratio of is all one word. Okay, so go ahead, pause the video, and sort the words into the categories they belong in. Alright, go ahead and check your work. Careful with squared. Squared means an exponent of 2, so it's something times itself. Quotient is that DQ word, that Dairy Queen word, so make sure that you're careful with that one. Now, let's look down at the bottom. It says, translate the following word expressions into equations. I like to write above the words what they really mean. So I feel like this is a good practice for you to do as well. So twice is 2 times as many points as Bob. Well, the question is, is it telling us how many points Bob has? No, so I'm going to use a B. Would be is equal to 18. So twice as many as Bob equals 18, so 2B equals 18. Same thing with number 2. 20 times a number, n, or any other letter, less 10. So remember, we can squish the coefficient with the variable. 20n minus 10 is how we would write that one. Alright, your job, I want you to try 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We'll talk about number 6. Try it on your own first, and then we'll talk about what does it actually mean. Okay, so pause the video here, and then we'll go over it together. Okay, now that you've solved all of those, let's talk about them together. So we have for number 3, 11 more than 3 times a number is 17. Remember the flip-flop word, it switches, but remember this all is one term, and that is a term. So 3n plus 11 is getting switched. So that's how it should be written. It should not say 6, my fault. 6 less 40 is some number, so I'm going to use n. So 6 minus 40 is a number. 13 more than the product of 4 and a number n will be 72. Alright, we have to rearrange this, but that's all one term, and this is a term, so those are get flip-flopped, so 4n plus 13 equals 72 is how it should be written. Alright, let's talk about number 6. Ethan earns $12 per hour to walk 2 dogs, plus an additional $7 for brushing the dogs after their walk. Let X represent the hours Ethan works. Let Y represent the total he earns each day. Okay, what the heck does that even mean? So, Ethan earns $12 per means multiply. And it says let X represent the hours. So X per hour, 12 times the hours, to walk 2 dogs, plus an additional $7 for brushing them. So we're going to add $7 for brushing them. And it says let Y represent the total he earns. So we now have 12x plus 7 is going to be equal to Y. There's a lot of words in this problem that don't really help us with writing it down. Okay, and that's going to be the case in a lot of the ones that you need to interpret. So just make sure you're careful when you're pulling out the most important information. Alright, and number 7, 3 more than 8 times as many trees. Do we know how many trees? No, so we need a T. Is 75. Well, this is all one term here. This is a term. So that's what's getting switched. So 8t plus 3 is equal to 75. Okay? Alright. So your job is to finish the rest of the activities that are posted on the Promethean board for today.